Okay, so welcome to today's event. We are very glad to have you all participating from many places around the world. My name is Ricardo Mena. I will be the facilitator of this event, the master of ceremony. And I am pleased to start by thanking our co-organizers, TecHive, Bell Immersive Technologies, and Withstanding Crisis Managing Risks, which I represent. We are going to have this event for the next close to 3 hours. And the event will start with a keynote address by Javier Castellanos, the IFRC head of Undersecretary General for Coordination of the International Federation of Red Cross and Development of Societies. We will then have some featured talk by a representative of AlertSim, Ashish Kulkarni and Ashwina Kulkarni, our co-organizer, and then a featured talk by Walter Cote, my co-founder of Withstanding Crisis Managing Risks, Inc. Then we will start with two very exciting panels. We will have one panel on focusing on AI for disaster risk knowledge. And the panel will consist of presentations by 4 panelists and a moderated discussion by Loretta Hibbert-Girardet, who is the Chief of the Risk Knowledge, Monitoring and Capacity Development Branch of the UN Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. Then we will have a short break, a 5-minute break for video transition. And then we will start with panel 2, which is going to focus on detection, observation, monitoring, forecasting, and preparedness on all the AI elements of it. That panel will consist of 3 panelists, and it will be moderated by John Harding. John is the Director AI of the Climate Risk and Early Warning Systems Cruise Initiative, and Caroline Sastiral, Acting Global Lead for DRR and Resilience of the International Federation of the Red Cross. That will also have a moderated discussion element and a place for Q&A from the audience. So as you can see, it's going to be a very exciting, interesting set of talks and discussions, and we look really forward to it. So just to say 2 words about the topic, AI is really growing at a very, very high speed in all areas, and DRR is one of them. And we are seeing how it's really creating and facilitating a lot of our work, but it also has some caveats. And we are going to be seeing today and listening to experiences on how it is currently working, with clear examples on how it's working even at the local level. But we will also listen about what the caveats are and what are the issues that we need to address to ensure that AI does really support our work towards a more resilient world. So with that, let me just give you one practical recommendation. This event is being broadcasted globally, and we have interpretation on both English and Spanish. To access the interpretation, you will have to click on the icon on the bottom of the screen that says More, and there you can select interpretation, which is a small globe, And once you choose interpretation, you have to choose either English or Spanish. This is more or less similar on mobile phones and on your PC. I'm just going to say the same in Spanish so that we are sure that we are not losing anybody. Lo que decía brevemente es que este evento está siendo transmitido en inglés y español. Tenemos interpretación para los hispanoparlantes. Para poder acceder a la interpretación, en la barra inferior pueden aplastar en la opción de más, los 3 puntitos, como les conocemos popularmente, y al seleccionar los 3 puntitos tendrán una pantalla en la que pueden seleccionar inglés o español. We are going to then move to the closing session. But before we start the closing session, I just wanted to refer to one question that was left on the chat, which maybe perhaps John or you, Caroline, can comment on it. And it's a question by one of our participants and also members of WCMR, Maria Jose, who says that AI is increasingly being used, not only for disaster risk prevention and resilience, but for almost everything. But it's developed and deployment also carries significant environmental costs, such as energy and water consumption. So a general question, how can policymakers and practitioners balance these trade-offs to ensure that AI contributes to resilience without exacerbating these environmental vulnerabilities? I think it's a quite fair question. So whoever wants to take it, I leave it up to you for any comments.
No, I don't think. Thanks. Go ahead, Caroline.
Yeah. So I'm just going to relate something because basically a similar question we asked to our expert at the Red Cross and Climate Center recently. And so it kind of depends on how AI is used. But one example that she was giving is that, and I think John alluded to that earlier, where previously to run, for example, forecast models, you needed computer systems and powers that were huge. So I've been to the UK Met Office before, and their system fills the whole basement, and so actually, that requires a lot of energy. They've been actually quite good in then kind of recycling some of the energy to use their heating in the building. But anyway, now with AI, actually, you can run these kind of models much quicker in the sense than that requires less energy. So they're always, it's not black and white. So there are trade-offs that, while before you used to have these super computers to run models, now you can do it from a laptop, I think, as John said. But then again, now that more and more people are using AI, that might then create more energy use as well. So it's not so black and white, but I thought that was an interesting example that she shared. So I think it kind of goes more in general towards the point about, then how does the world actually look at how they're going to generate their energy and using much more sustainable sources of energy.
Great. Thanks, Caroline. I thought John wanted to add something. No, I don't think so.
No, it's fine, Ricardo. Thanks.
Okay, great. So thanks very much, John and Caroline, again. And I'm going to move on to the closing session. I would like to just make a brief comments on this very, very interesting discussion that we have just heard from the panelists. It has really gone beyond what we wish to take away from this event. It has been extremely rich and very varied, with positions ranging on different key issues of AI and DRR. And I would like to just perhaps make a short list of what I believe, taking notes on the different presentations, are the key insights and takeaways. And I'll start with, well, AI is already and will significantly and quite rapidly continue to improve efficiency and effectiveness of risk reduction, disaster preparedness, and crisis management. That's undoubtedly so. The evidence shows that this is already the case in various areas, and it's improving gradually but very rapidly. Predictive analytics, hazard detection and evaluation, risk modeling, forecasting, analyzing cascading events, early warnings, simulations, geo AI, anticipate better and act faster is a bit of an underlying theme. And AI, however, is a tool. There's been a lot of mentions to the fact that accountability stays human. The human completely in the loop model should be really maintained and kept and protected. AI will never be held accountable. It's humans who have to be accountable. So the buck stops with humans, as Craig mentioned very clearly on his presentation as well. And then there are lots of issues that need to be taken into account and need to be enhanced or improved. And they have to do with some of the many topics that have been mentioned, but I would just mention a few. All the biases that the way in which data is handled can play. All the aspects of AI governance, the safeguards or guardrails that need to be put in place, which is closely linked to all the AI ethics aspects. There are also trust issues, both in transparency and accountability. And I would like to, use a quote that some of the panelists offered. Actually, it was Javier Castellanos in his keynote address. He said, "Innovation without trust is a risk. So let's not try to do risk reduction by adding another risk if trust and all these issues are taken into account seriously." The need for independent oversight was clearly mentioned also. The issue of data protection and avoiding the black box aspect was also reiteratively mentioned, and the need to limit all the unintended consequences. The fact of having AI as a public good, democratized and used not only by the rich governments that have the technological capacities, but also for developing nations that need to resolve many key life-saving issues. And the business continuity considerations that need also be hand in hand as progress on the use of AI continues, because if technology fails, we will need to go back to the manual mode. And so business continuity aspects within AI are also critical. And I think that we are going to continue organizing events and trying to promote the results of this event. We will try to have AI labs and generate sandboxes for disaster risk reduction, where users can try and learn and strengthening understanding. So it's also important, this is a note I'm receiving also from the co-organizers, that the audience needs to be aware that the coverage is beyond that the numbers of attendants that appear under participants. It's actually much broader, but based on the Zoom technology, we cannot include everyone on the screen and on the list of participants. But with that, we want to thank you all very much for taking your time and participating and being actively engaged in this event. So on the name of the co-organizers, TecHive, Bell Immersive Technologies, and Withstanding Crisis Managing Risks, Inc., we thank you very much. We hope that you have also take away many points that are interesting for your endeavors and activities. And we look forward to having further opportunities to continue discussions on this topic in the future. So thank you very much to all, and wishing you a great rest of the day wherever you are, and blessings to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you also to our interpreters.
Good luck. Thank you to interpreters.
Yes.
Thank you to
very
the
much.
interpreters.
Thank you.